It was a quiet afternoon in the small town of Maple Creek, the kind of place where everyone knew each other, names, and nothing ever really changed. Inside Daisy's diner, the smell of coffee and fried bacon hung in the air, mixing with the faint sound of an old jukebox humming in the corner. Behind the counter stood Samantha, a waitress in her late 20s, her blonde hair tied back, her smile practiced but thin. She'd been working double shifts for weeks, exhausted and bitter, her patience running on fumes. The doorbell chimed, and an old man shuffled in. His coat was worn, his shoes nearly falling apart. He carried a faded military cap in one hand and a small wallet in the other. He paused at the entrance, scanning the room with tired eyes. Most of the tables were full of families and regulars, but when Samantha saw him, she frowned. "Great," she muttered under her breath. "Another one of those." He chose a booth near the window, his movement slow and deliberate. The light from outside caught the wrinkles on his face, each one carved with years of hard living. Samantha grabbed a menu and walked over, trying not to roll her eyes. "You gonna order something or just warm up?" she asked flatly. The man smiled kindly. "Just some soup, please, if that's okay." She sighed. "Soup? You sure that's all?" He nodded. "Yes, ma'am, I just need something warm." As she walked back to the kitchen, she whispered to her coworker Jenna, "Bet he can't even afford it. Watch, he'll count out pennies." Jenna chuckled awkwardly. "Sam, don't—" But Samantha was already laughing under her breath. Minutes later, she brought out a bowl of chicken noodle soup and set it down harder than necessary. "Here you go, sir," she said. The man looked up, grateful. "Thank you kindly." He ate slowly, savoring each bite, as if it was the first real meal he'd had in days. Samantha pretended not to watch, but she couldn't help glancing at him. Something about the way he closed his eyes with each spoonful made her uncomfortable. After finishing, he reached into his wallet, fumbling for cash. A few crumpled bills and coins fell onto the table. He carefully counted them, just enough. He left a small note under the bowl, tucking it beside a dollar bill as a tip. Then quietly he stood, put on his cap and walked out into the cold. Samantha walked over, shaking her head. $1, she scoffed. "That's his big tip?" She picked up the bill and saw the folded note underneath. "What's this, a love letter?" she joked. Jenna frowned. "Maybe you shouldn't." But Samantha opened it anyway. The handwriting was shaky, almost childlike. "Thank you for the warm meal. My wife used to love this place before she passed. I promised her I'd come back on our anniversary. I don't have much, but please keep the $1. It's all I can give. God bless." Samantha froze. The laughter drained from her face. Jenna read over her shoulder, eyes softening. "Oh my God." Samantha swallowed hard, her throat tightening. He came here for his wife? Just then the diner door swung open again. This time it wasn't the old man. It was Mr. Lewis, the diner's manager. He'd seen the scene from the office window and was holding something in his hand, the receipt from the man's order. "Samantha," he said quietly, "do you know who that was?" She shook her head, her voice small. "Just some old guy." Mr. Lewis set the receipt on the counter. "That old guy is Henry Blake. He used to own half this town. Lost everything paying for his wife's cancer treatments." Samantha blinked, stunned. "What?" Lewis nodded, eyes full of sorrow. "He's a decorated veteran. When his wife died, he gave away his house to a local shelter. Said he couldn't live in it without her." The diner fell silent. Even the clatter of plates stopped. Lewis looked down at the note in Samantha's trembling hands. "He came back every year, on the same day, just to order her favorite soup." Jenna whispered, "And we laughed at him." Samantha's eyes filled with tears. I didn't know. Lewis's voice was firm but gentle. "Compassion doesn't wait for context. You treat every soul like they matter because they do." Without another word, he walked outside, searching the street for the old man. Samantha followed, heart pounding. The air was cold, biting at her skin. Down the block she saw him, Henry, sitting at the bus stop clutching his coat, shivering. She ran up to him, breathless. "Sir, wait!" Henry turned, surprised. "Oh, hello again, miss." Her eyes glistened. "I read your note. I'm so sorry for how I treated you. I didn't know." He smiled faintly. "That's all right, dear. Most people don't." She pressed something into his hand, a small envelope. "Please take this. It's from all of us." Inside were several $100s in cash, money collected by the staff within minutes. Henry looked at it, shaking his head. "I can't accept this." Samantha's voice cracked. "Please, you gave away everything once. Let someone give back to you." Tears rolled down his weathered cheeks. "Your kindness means more than you know." The next morning, Samantha arrived early. On the counter, she found a new note. It read, "Dear Samantha, thank you for reminding me that goodness still exists. I used your gift to buy blankets and food for others at the shelter. My wife would be proud. Henry." She pressed the note to her chest, tears streaming silently. When Mr. Lewis came in, she handed him the letter. "He didn't keep a cent. He gave it all away." Lewis smiled softly. "That's what real wealth looks like." From that day forward, Daisy's diner changed. They started offering free meals once a week for veterans and struggling families. Samantha stayed, but she was never the same. She greeted every customer with a genuine smile, no matter what they looked like or what they could afford. Years later, when asked what changed her, she'd simply point to the photo on the diner wall, a framed picture of an old man in a worn army cap. Below it was a plaque that read, "In memory of Henry Blake, $1 of kindness lasts forever." Samantha would glance at it, her voice soft but certain. Kindness doesn't cost much, but it can change everything. And if you're watching this right now, maybe it's your turn. If this story touched you, leave a comment that says kindness never fades. Share this video with someone who needs to remember that every small act matters. And don't forget to subscribe to Rewind Reality, where real hearts, real choices, and real emotions come to life.